It is amazing to be a commentator on the CWL. I love it. I've been doing it for quite some time now. I think my first casting was back in Black Ops 2, and I've been here for years. But it's an absolute treat. And this event alone, this is what I love about it. This is why I want to commentate forever. The hype of this crowd, the incredible matches. I think it's only going to grow, man. Call of Duty Esports is fantastic, and it's just sensational to be a part of it. Love it. All I'll say really about the spot where Call of Duty is right now is I think compared to every other esport, it's got more potential. I don't think we've close to realize, all those public players that aren't familiar with esports, there's so much room for growth. And I think with changes coming next year, there's a real chance to realize that. So I just think there is so much upside that we haven't even seen the smallest fraction of. And I think that's what has me so excited. Looking forward to 2020, yeah, it is nothing but excitement on my behalf. That's for sure. It's difficult to really speak on the franchise thing just because I don't really know much about it yet. The focus just has to be the CWL right now with regards to London and what's going on. But for me, it's all excitement. I don't really have any concerns. It just feels like once more money gets behind it, there's going to be a lot of improvements across the board. So will there be some hiccups across the way? Sure. That's absolutely possible. But for me, it's all excitement, all positives. Can't wait to get going. Really looking forward to 2020. That's a hard question to answer. With the game changing every single year, that certainly can vary, but where it's at right now, kind of mid-year of the game, you see the meta start to develop. The developers get more and more involved over the course of the title as they look to, we had a recent change, right? With specialist points, you only get the meter growing through score, which has been a massive change. We've seen such a huge difference in respawns and in search and destroy. I think it's been a huge improvement on the game. So within this year, I think competitively speaking, this is the best spot we've had it without question, but that's kind of year to year depending on the title. That's for sure. I think the challenges of casting Call of Duty go back to what I just said. You have a new title to learn each year, and that's what's so impressive about these players, the fact that they have to adapt to a different title every single year. And yes, are there a lot of similarities title to title? You're still playing Call of Duty. It's still a console FPS at its core, yes, but there are a lot of challenges with that, especially with the different movement systems you'll have within the game. So there are challenges for the player, and I think those same challenges kind of reflect on us as commentators, because the players that are the best at a certain title might vary year to year. The things we have to learn with new maps every single year, new guns, I'd say that's the biggest challenge, but really that just kind of applies to the first event. Once you get into a rhythm, once we get into the Pro League, all of that kind of ironed itself out. But yeah, I think the early change is probably maybe the most challenging part, just the knowledge aspect of it, kind of relearning each year. I think that's it for sure. Oh God, it's my story. I've told it a couple times, but there was a lot of passion, a lot of hard work, but a lot of luck in that as well. Any foot in the door you can get, a lot of the people I know, you think of somebody like Fwiz, they started as a game battles ref back in the day. Any entry point you can get, even if it's not behind the camera and on air, some entry point to start networking, getting to know various people and personalities within the industry is a big first step. If you can put together some kind of reel, that's massive. But really, it's just the networking side. Get to know the people and make the decisions within each esport, start to learn some of the commentators, find out what your strengths and weaknesses are. I think one thing for me that I think is huge that a lot of commentators don't have the luxury of doing is finding a duo early, somebody you really like working with, because I've had, Gandhi, Mr. X, Courage, Joe, Merc DeLuca. I've had these incredible pairs, which makes your job so easy. If you're having fun behind the camera and you're casting with one of, they don't have to be your buddy, but someone you're close with, you can joke with, I think it makes the whole ride a whole lot easier. So that would be one big thing for me. Just make sure you find someone with an equal amount of passion that you enjoy working with. I think that makes the climb up to the top positions a whole hell of a lot easier. I love the Shut Up Maven chat. It's amazing. It started back in Birmingham. So where it was born, if people aren't familiar with it, it was basically a North American team versus a UK team in the grand final of Birmingham. At any time I would hype up Luminosity in that tournament, the Shut Up Maven chants would come in. But it's all banter. It's an absolute blast. I've gone into the bathroom one time with 50 people screaming it with me. If I walk into the venue, it starts. If I respond on Reddit to something, the responses are all Shut Up Maven. It's a blast, man. I love this community. There's a whole lot of passion, especially behind these UK and European crowds. I love every bit of it.